Do I set the curriculum? Do I make my own lesson plans? No and no. Next question. Hello everyone, my name is Melody and I'm coming at you live from, you already know. So in this video, we are going to be talking about all things VIPKID. I originally made a video about my job with them after I had been working there for 2 months, and now it has been a year and 3 months. So I figured it's a little overdue, and I get questions about my experience with them and tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that I would just dedicate a video to answering frequently asked questions. And also I'm gonna do insert a clip or two of my current day in the life of teaching. I'm just gonna show you what it's looking like nowadays, what's changed, my setup and things like that. All of that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the questions. And if you look in the description box, I'm gonna timestamp each one. So whichever one you're interested in, you can just boop, jump ahead and get the answer to your question. Okay, let's go. First question is about low booking rates, and I've actually been getting this question a lot lately. And so while I didn't really have that much trouble getting consistent bookings in the beginning, I did do a few things that maybe you can do and it could kind of help you if you are experiencing low bookings. So first things first, you want to update your video. So all teachers have to have like a little promo video, and I edited mine, not even too fancy. I just put like some fun background music on it. I had a stuffed animal, and then on top of that I took a professional looking photo and kind of like a collared shirt. I literally just took that outside. So I'd say make your profile look as professional and put together as possible. And if you do have any prior teaching experience, talk about that in your bio. And then on top of it, when I first started working, I opened up every availability just to get people in there. And then from there, I kind of edited it down to what I actually wanted to be working. But in the beginning, you are gonna have to work those crazy hours to kind of just get people coming to you. So the more openings you have, the more availability that you have, and the more likely someone is going to book with you. Question number 2. So I've been getting this question a lot also, and it's about doing VIPKID as a full-time job. Now it's possible. I definitely read a few articles of people that make like $75,000 per year by just teaching, but to be honest, I feel like your quality of life would be so bad. Like you would just literally be teaching all day, but there's no such thing as like them hiring you as full-time. Like it's always as a contract worker, meaning you can work as much or as little as you want. So it definitely is possible, and there's definitely people that have done it. Question number 3. So this question is regarding the tech necessities that you need to be a teacher. So I've gotten quite a few questions about the headphones that I use. Let me go ahead and grab them actually. So these are the headphones that I use, and I honestly just got them from my local Best Buy. I think they were maybe $15 to $20. And you actually don't even need such like a big headset if you don't want to. I know when I was traveling around last summer, traveling around Europe, I didn't want to bring those headphones, and I just used my Apple white earphones that come with like a phone, and that was perfectly fine. On top of that, you have to have a computer, not a tablet. You have to have Wi-Fi. You want to have the fastest internet possible, but you don't need like crazy, you know, top of the line, but you definitely need some high-speed internet bandwidth. Paid vacation. So I know in the first video I made, I talked about getting a 2-week vacation, and I think I was just a little bit confused about how the process actually worked. So you do not get paid vacation, and there's no such thing as like a 2-week vacation. So because you are a contract worker and you make your own hours, you can take off time as you want to, but they do suggest that if you take off more than 2 weeks straight, that you email them just to let them know that you're still working with them, and that you're not quitting. Because sometimes, you know, if a teacher leaves their schedule open, they just assume that the teacher is quitting and not letting them know, and then from there that can like be a little complicated. So they always just suggest that you let them know if you'll not be working for more than 2 weeks, like a chunk of time that's more than 2 weeks. Okay, on to the next question. Are there minimum hours that you must work weekly, monthly, bi-monthly? No. You're a contract worker, you can work as little or as much as you want to, but if If you decide that you want to take off for more than 2 weeks, let them know. So the next question is about hair and what I do with my hair and if you can wear head wraps. So in the previous video, I did have on like an orange head wrap, and to be honest, I never ever have worn a head wrap when I was teaching. I typically just keep my hair low and back. So I don't really know if like wearing a head wrap might negatively affect you in this job, just because I've never done it, but I'd like to think it wouldn't. But at the same time, you are teaching people that live in another country, and their understanding of like head wraps, it might not be the greatest. So for me, I always err on the side of caution, just because I did used to live in Korea, and I know that for me, at least when I was living in Korea, people's understanding of like blackness in terms of natural hair and things, there was zero understanding. So just to err on the side of caution, I always just keep my hair back. But if anyone does have experience with like wearing their natural hair out or wearing a head wrap or things like that, definitely drop us a comment below and let us know how that went for you. All right, so the next question is about the students that I teach, and do I teach the same students each week? I do and I don't. So because this isn't like school, and because this is something that their parents pick me to do, it doesn't end up being that I teach the same student each week, but typically I will have a repeat student, at least one each week. Once you do kind of get in the swing of like regulars and get your typical students that you tend to teach and that you really like and they really like you, you do get the regulars that you teach weekly. Next question. This question is about the curriculum, and do I set the curriculum? Do I make my own lesson plans? No and no. And honestly, that is what I love about this job. Being a former teacher, lesson planning was literally the worst part about it. I did not enjoy it. It was difficult. I never knew what to do. It was stressful. So with this job, they provide you the lesson plan in the form of essentially a PowerPoint. And before you have your classes, you have access to the lesson plans and the curriculum, so you are able to go through it and just be ready, you know, to know what's coming or whatever, if you want to prepare extra things for the class. How do they pay you? So someone asked if you can get paid via PayPal, and the answer is no. So for all the teachers that work with VIPKID, they live either in Canada or the US, and you have to supply them with a bank account that they can direct deposit the money in, and the money will go in once a month. You get paid once a month on the 12th. Or around the 12th. So the next question is about the names that students go by. So someone was asking whether students tend to use their American names, or if they have an American name, or if they use their Chinese name. So for me, I tend to get a mix. A lot of my students in the system have their Chinese name, and when I start the class, if they're a new student, I always ask, oh, what's your name? And they tend to say to me their English name. And then I jot that down, and for the rest of class, or for as long as I'm teaching them, you know, over months or whatever, I refer to them as their English name. Now there are some students that do not provide you with their English name, and they will say their Chinese name when you ask them what their name is. And I tend to just say, oh, very nice to meet you. And I don't try to call them that throughout the lesson, because I don't trust myself in pronouncing it correctly, and I would hate to be butchering their name throughout the whole class. So I tend to err on the side of caution and really only use their name or say their name consistently throughout a lesson if they give me their English name. All right, so we made it to the last question, and the last question is regarding your attire. A lot of people were a little bit confused that I wasn't wearing an orange shirt in my previous video, and they thought that you had to wear an orange shirt to teach with VIPKID or every time that you're teaching, and you don't. So you're free to wear any color you want, you know, but just keep it, you know, conservative, keep it cute, keep it a little bit profesh. Typically I wear a t-shirt, to be fair, just like this, maybe a different color though. Like I said, headband, good to go. All right guys, so those are all the questions. I hope that you found that helpful. If you have any additional questions that I did not answer in this video, drop me a comment below. And like I mentioned, we are going to do a short little day in the life of my current teaching schedule, and I'll go ahead and roll that footage now. Hi, how are you today? Very nice. I can't see you. I can't see you. Can you? Boop. Can you? Thank you. Perfect. I literally just said to myself, ooh, I look tired, busted, and dusty.
Cause you're not that cute. And your hair is uneven. You look dusty.
But it's okay. Good morning, everyone. So it is Saturday morning. I just finished my third class of the morning and I have a 30-minute break. So I'm kind of gonna run down a few things with you guys in the meantime. So I'm gonna show you my setup, what I am wearing this morning, and kind of give you a gauge of what my typical morning teaching looks like. So first things first, as you can tell, I am not wearing any makeup or anything like that. I did mention in my first VIPKID video, for me, I don't really look that different on camera with or without makeup, and it's way quicker in the morning if I don't put any on. So they get me all natural. I have on just like a plain t-shirt, and then actually for my bottoms, I have on pajamas. Okay, on to my desk area. My phone, some tea, not coffee this time, my computer, these are the headphones that I'm using, and then my rewards. So now I am rocking with 2 rewards. This is the first one. When kids do a good job, they get a tooth, which I like to use especially for the younger kids because it's easy to explain, because you literally can, like, you know, point to your tooth, like, when you do a very good job, you get a tooth. And so like the younger kids can understand it. The older kids are not that impressed with it. So I made another one, actually. Ice cream. This is probably about a month and a half old. So for my first year of teaching, I literally just used this one. And this works for the younger ones and the older ones because everyone likes ice cream. Is there a lot of sand? A lot of sand in the desert? Yeah, so much sand. Very good. Okay, our next word today is plain. Plain. Okay, let me show you what I wrote. So for the feedback, because you have to write something for, you know, every student after every class, or at least within 12 hours of teaching that class, that's a lot of typing and trying to figure out, you know, what to say. So I have templates that I have saved, and since I have a Mac, I just keep them on my notes folder. And yeah, so these are some of the templates that I have saved that I use as a guide, and then I go in, change the student's name, and like change what I said we talked about or learned today or what they did. So I make it customized once I copy and paste the template, and I make it more personal for that student. But this just saves me so much time. So I highly recommend finding some sort of method that works for you to make writing your feedback a bit quicker and more efficient. See you next time. Goodbye. Whew. Alrighty guys, so that is the end of my morning. It is just about 10 o'clock here in Florida, and I'm done for the day, which is awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me and getting a glimpse into what I do on the regular when I am teaching with VIPKID. And let's go ahead and transition over and finish out the video. All right, bye guys. So I hope you enjoyed. That is honestly a typical morning for me right now. And again, if you guys have any additional questions for me, let me know. And if you would like to become a VIPKID teacher, feel free to use my referral link. It is in the description box. And until next time, guys, I will see ya. Peace.